This is Alan Karpik with Kelsey Barlow, and Purdue basketball fans know this name well. Played for the Boilermakers 2010, 11, and 12, and he's going to be a member of the Men of Mackey. And I think you're going to bring some pretty impressive credentials to this group. And I guess the first question for you, Kelsey, is just how did this all come to pass? Tell me how. Was it Ryan Kay? Was it Ryan Smith? Was it Rob Hummel? How did you guys? Lewis Jackson, how did you guys reconnect to get to play together again?
I think Ryan Kay just messaged me on Instagram. I was like, "Are you interested? I think we're a little bit interested in you playing." And then a few weeks later, they kind of confirmed it, and so it kind of went from there. And then I think the first person I talked to was Lewis, and then when they made official publicly, I talked to Ryan. And I think just yesterday or 2 days ago, I talked to Robbie. So I've talked to John Ockius a little bit too, because I think he's down in the Florida area. So I try to reach out to him as well. But yeah, so that's kind of the people I've been in communication with about the whole process.
What you're living in Florida or down in Florida now, but have played very successfully. Had a very good year in Argentina. You said offline that your season came to an end in April, so this is a good window of time for you to play a little bit in terms of timing over the summer.
Yeah. I mean, I always like to play as much as I can. I'm still a kid at heart, so as much as I can get outside and compete and play, most of the time I'm down for it. I really don't like playing open gym with too many professionals in the summer because it tends to be like this ego contest and the game just a little fishy. So normally I would rather play at the Y, but in this unique setting, like with fans and actual referees and stuff, I think it should be really fun.
What's it going to be like for you to put on a gold and black uniform again? Obviously, you wore it for 3 years at Purdue, and that's it, and played very well for the Boilermakers during that period of time, and then finished your career at UIC. But tell us about that and what that will be like for you, just on a personal level.
I think on a personal level, it would be pretty exciting. In a weird way, it's like a dream come true, right? So yeah, I think when I got kicked out of Purdue for a while there, I was having this little, I don't know if it was a nightmare or dream, but I would have this dream and Coach Fainer would call me and be like, "Yo, come back to the team." I'm like, "All right, let's do it." And so obviously, you grow older and it's like, well, I don't have any eligibility left to return to Purdue. So in a way, it's kind of like that dream's kind of coming to fruition a little bit.
Yeah, I think you have the opportunity, and guys you played with. I mean, Ryan Smith is a coach. You played alongside him, doing well, and you played with Rob Hummel and obviously Lewis. But what do you expect from Ryan and trying to blend into this group? And what do you're going to bring athleticism. You're going to bring what you always do, defense and athleticism, I assume. But what do you really hope to contribute to this group as much as anything?
Yeah, I think it's interesting because playing with Rob and Lewis, especially, me and Lewis, I remember when I was I think my first year out of college, we were in Santa Cruz for the D League showcase, and me and Lewis got lunch. We were talking, we're like, man, I think the most difficult thing, playing as a professional is you don't have the same sort of mix of personalities because when everyone commits and decides to go to Purdue, you're dealing with essentially, we're all different in our own way, but you're dealing with the same sort of thought process. You chose to go to the same place, whereas a professional, it gets a little shaky why someone's here and why someone's not. If someone's trying to win, if someone's trying to play for statistics and stuff like that. So I think anyone who's played under Coach Painter has a little bit in them, to just go out there and win and compete and give their best for the team. So for me, I just want to give my best to the team, see if I can help guys get open because I think I can control the pace a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. I haven't played in the States in a little bit. So the environment's always a thing you have to get acclimated to. So we'll see how I can do.
18.1 points a game last year in Argentina, and your video, I know we ran at one of our shows of I think a 29-point effort in your play. What's going to be different? I mean, you showed offensive ability, obviously, especially in your later years at Purdue and at USC as well. But what will fans see differently about you? Will it be just a more a grand old man, Kelsey Barlow. What do they see when they watch you play? What will they see when you're out there, you think?
It's funny you said that. I was on the phone with Lewis like a week ago,
Yeah.
and so I was talking to him, and like I really wouldn't consider myself all that a defender. Obviously, at Purdue, you learn how to play defense real quick, the tricks and trades of it. But I think I've always been a pretty skillful offensive player. But when you come in and you got Robbie Hummel, like first team All Big Ten, E20, like, you know, all Big Ten players, Jawan Johnson, you have to figure out how to get on the court, you know? So
Yeah.
I remember, I think it was on my recruiting visit, we were in Coach Painter's basement, and Lewis was telling me I hated to pick up full court. And he was a point guard, and I knew I was coming in as a point guard. So I was like, man, that's like the only way I'm probably going to get on the court, because he doesn't like to do it. So I can do that and find my way on the court. And then that kind of just became my whole narrative at Purdue. So I think my offensive game, I like to control the pace more than anything. It's really not about scoring. It's not about assisting. It's about keeping the tempo where our team feels confident and able to, you know, keep pushing forward, rather than, you know, sometimes you get on your heels and you wonder where the game's going to go even early in the game. So I like to just control the tempo to keep everybody confident, feel like they always have an option to, you know, contribute and do something good to make themselves feel good.
What do you know about the TBT? I mean, you're going to run into some guys you probably played against. You've got, you know, guys that were younger than you on that will be teammates with Evan Boudreau and John Octius, and the big guys inside with Isaac Haas and AJ Hammonds. What will that be like for you?
I think it would be interesting. When I was at UIC, I played against John Octius when he was at Colorado State. So I played against him. I saw Evan play, and I think I went to the game when they played against Ball State. I think 2018, fall of 2018. So I saw him play. Isaac, obviously I've seen him play. It's pretty good. I think I watched a few of his G League games when he was with I think it's Salt Lake City Stars or something like that.
Right.
So I've seen them all play, except maybe one or two of the guys, and I think the NAI guy I haven't seen play. So I don't know. I watched the TBT last year, and truly, like, the most impressive thing I saw of the whole team, I was like, damn. I mean, Ryan Smith's demeanor as a coach is impressive, you know. And you go through so many coaches so far as a professional, as an amateur. Like, I think that was like the most thing I was impressed from watching the Men of Mackey play last year. And the TBT is cool because each game is ended on like a game winner, you know. So you get that quality of motion to finish off a game, where it's like sometimes you might win by 20, and then, you know, it kind of trickles off before the buzzer sounds. So with the game winner to end the game, I think that's pretty cool for the TBT structure.
Yeah, is it the Elon rule or whatever that is? It makes it for fun. How far do you think you guys can go? I mean, you've watched a little bit of it. I like on paper, and you try to take your Purdue bias off of this. This is a pretty good team, and you talk about the non-Purdue players too. You've got a nice blend of talent in this group that one would think you're going to be competitive as a number 8 seed going into that tournament.
Yeah, I mean, for me, looking at the roster and knowing, I mean, which players play across the world, you know, it's hard for me, especially since most of the guys are Purdue guys. It's hard for me to say, like, I would trade anyone for anyone else. You know, maybe we could get Jawan to play, but, you know, outside of that, you know, I think we have a really competitive team. And I think as far as our will and how prepared we are, it'll be different because I think we only get like 3 or 4 days of practice before. So how quick we can blend, I think, will be the determining factor to how far we can go.
Is that a message for Jawan to consider for next year? Okay.
No, it's a message for this summer. You know, I talk to him all the time, and we're pretty close friends. So, but he just finished a really long season in EuroLeague, and they played in Germany and all across Europe with COVID. It's pretty tricky, like how much, you know, the player needs to reset and stuff like that, because that was I'm sure, a challenge for everyone who played this season.
Yeah. All right. Well, tell me also about, do you get back to Central Indiana much, or what on your travel schedule? How often are you back here?
Last summer I came back once. I played in a little tournament in Anderson with a couple of friends. This summer I was planning on coming maybe in like July or something like that beforehand, but I think my dad's going to Hawaii, so I don't know. I'm still trying to structure around that, but, you know, I kind of I don't know. It feels like I'm living the way the wind blows me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to determine, but I would like to get back to summer at some point for sure. You know, I feel like a part of me lives there.
$1 million would be a good thing to split, though, for all you guys, don't you think?
Yeah, I think it would be pretty fun. I think that'd be, you know, quite impressive for all of us. So I think that's what we're going to try to go do. You know, I think, yeah, I think everyone for the most part is probably going to donate a little bit to like a foundation or whatever. I think
the Center for
like
Cancer Research, I think, with Evan Boudreau, and I know is trying to get that. Let's hope that's a problem you guys all have.
yeah,
You start July 23rd against the Volunteers of Tennessee. Then I think the 1 seed in your region is Ohio, a team of Ohio State guys, if I'm right. But you got to win 6 games, just like the NCAA tournament over 2 weekends. Why not you guys, I suppose?
all right, that's, you know, I think and I can, you know, so that's kind of the mindset. So I think we have a good chance. I think so.
All right, Kelsey, thanks so much for your time. We'll post the interview with the story here this week, and we wish you the best of luck. And we always appreciated during your days as a Boilermaker putting up with Brian Newbert and our staff, but we appreciate that very much. And have fun doing it. I know you're going to have fun doing it. This has got to be a fun group of guys to play with. I mean, that part will be good. I mean, you got guys that are fun guys that are good basketball players. That should be a good deal for everybody.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.